Hello, I am going to go through Pokémon Red and show my current progress and my collection of Pokemon before I sort through them, because right now they're not particularly sorted. Some of them are actually on Yellow or Blue or Stadium, but I'm just going to show what I've got right now, and I'm going to do this for all of the games as I'm working on all of the main series and any games that connect to them. I've played at least some of a lot of them, so this will be an interesting thing to do as I haven't loaded up some of these save files in a long time. And from there, I'm going to sort through them as well and see where I'm at, but I'll do that after. Right now I'm just going to go through and show what I've got going on and just kind of look at, where I'm at. I wanted to do this at the end of, or at the very start of the year, but I was busy with other stuff, so doing it now, and maybe I'll do more in the future just to show updates to my progress, or maybe I won't. But I just would like to, go through it and see where I'm at. So that's what we're gonna do. So this is Pokemon Red. 100 Pokedex. 53 hours, 59 minutes. A lot of that is Ditto hunting. Okay, let's see. So, looks like I have a decent amount of money saved up. Probably just grinding Elite Four. Alright, Pokemon in the party. Dodrio for flying, of course. Alakazam, one of my favorites. I believe I used this one in the story. He was my team for the story. Nice moveset, yeah. Vaporeon, I believe I used for the story as well. Or had on my team for the story. And for surfing. And Mewtwo, just when you're grinding money and whatnot, you might as well use Mewtwo. Or have him help you on your team, I should say. Okay. Actually, let's do the Pokedex first. Okay. Starters. Gotta get some of those early ones. So that's probably a breeding thing in Gen 2, or I can start new save files for Gen 1. Pidgeot, okay, Evolution. These are from Blue only, or Yellow, potentially. Gotta evolve, Nidorina, Moonstone, those are limited in Gen 1. So there's that. Same thing for Clefable. Vulpix, I think, is Blue, which is weird, since it's a fire and red. Whatever. Dugtrio. Okay, gotta evolve. Meowth, I think that's a Blue exclusive. Golduck, gotta evolve. Primeape, same thing. Arcanine, Firestone. Poliwhirl. Poliwrath, gotta evolve. Bellsprout, I think that's Blue exclusive. Tentacruel, Evolution, Graveler, Evolution. Have Golem though, I must have needed it for a different game, so I traded. Rapidash, that's an Evolution. Farfetch'd, I think that's a trade one. Maybe it's not in this game? I'm not too sure. It's probably a trade one that I didn't do. Mach, it's an Evolution. Cloyster, Evolution. Executor, Evolution, Cubone, that's interesting. I only have Marowak. Not sure what the deal is with that. Hitmonlee, you can only pick one of these two, Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan. So I can trade from another game or start another save file. Lickitung. I think that's just kind of rare. Might be Blue only. Tangela, same deal. I don't know. Mr. Mime, same deal. I think that's a trade only, maybe. Jinx, kind of rare. Don't know these ones. I assume one of them is Magmar. The other one, I don't know. Gyarados, gotta evolve. Eevee evolutions, you can only get one per game. Gen 1's tough like that. Kabuto, or Ammonite, one of them I have to restore Fossil, haven't done, and evolve those. Aerodactyl, restore that. Dratini, it's Safari Zone, haven't caught. So yeah, just some general catching things. I focused on yellow first, so that's why this one is just kind of behind. But, let's see what's going on with my collection. Actually, no, let's check the Pokemon League first. What do we got? I want to see what my team was originally. Electrode, Alakazam, Machamp, Charizard. So I started with Charmander. Vileplume, Vaporeon. Okay. That's all we need from that. I don't use the legendaries for my story playthrough because then I just feel like it makes it a lot easier. I just like to have 6 kind of normal Pokemon have to be trained and strong enough to take care of them. Okay, finally we will go through the collection. Which is easier on Stadium, but I wanna do it on here. This is the actual game itself. Okay, so we got, like I said, I don't even know what the organization is like. It's not particularly organized, but I'll point out any ones that I feel are special, if I can find them. It's kind of hard in Gen 1. So yeah, a lot of time I'll catch 2 of the same thing when I know it has an evolution. That way I have that taken care of ahead of time. So that's what all this is. Ditto. At least this Voltorb's probably one of the static encounter ones. Makes it a little unique in that way. Yeah, pretty standard stuff here. Not a very full box. Yeah, there's definitely... Oh, I see. Marowak I must have got from the Unknown Dungeon. Or Cerulean Cave. That makes sense. That's what all these are, I think. At least most of them. Scoob. Scoob. This is from my friend Ty. Nice. That's cool. The Ghastly Haunter Gengar line is one of my all-time favorites. So, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, we did some trades to fill out our decks as a bit. Well, that's a low-level Nidoking. That's kind of funny. Hold on a second. Level 16 Nidoking. Horrible moves, too. It's pretty good. Okay, nothing really in that box. Yeah, a lot of organization to do, which is definitely easier on Stadium. Kangaskhan, that's pretty rare. Here's my my Ditto Hunter right here. Spore. Yeah, and then it's level 65, so I can use Repel and only encounter Dittos. Alice, this is probably from Ty. Oh, another Ghastly. Okay. Ranar. Another Ghastly. that's pretty good. Okay, it always brings me back here. Charles. Okay. Got a Rattata. Millicent. Another Ghastly. We just got an army of these Ghastly. Untie. Bruce. Got a Zubat. Classic. Gotta have Zubat. Daphne. Another Ghastly. So we got... yeah, we got some Scooby-Doo going on. Velma. I wonder if the Scyther's also... oh, that one's for me. I must have went and caught that. Working on the decks. Let's see. Got Fred. Guess it'll be fun to see like which one ended up with the best stats. Norbert. Another Ghastly. And Scrappy. Scrappy-Doo. Got another Ghastly. So those are a lot of trades in that box. Obviously. Let's see what else there is. Here's a Ditto. But not the Ditto. Which is on a different game, and I'll get to that at some point to show. Okay, so here's one of my legendaries. Moltres. Very nice. And this should probably have interesting things. Chansey. Okay, so we got Mew Glitch, Mew. It's the only way to get it without having done an event. So we got that. We got one of the Snorlaxes. Static encounters. We've got Lapras. That's, you only get one of those when you're in one of the rocket places. Hitmonchan, you gotta pick one of the two, Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee. So there's that. The other Snorlax. Pretty sure on one of these games, both of my Snorlaxes were just horrible stats. Not sure if it's this one, but... Nidorino, I think I was using this. This one was on my team for the earlier part of the game, but I switched it out because I don't know, found something else that was more interesting. Zapdos, of course, probably my favorite of the legendary birds, but it's a hard pick. I really like Articuno as well. Articuno is really special because I think that's the first legendary I ever encountered, and it's beautiful. I like the sound it makes. Ice, flying is a crazy type. Yeah. And it was really hard to catch, I remember that. This is the Magikarp, I think, from the guy who sells it for 500 Poké Dollars. And then these ones are probably nothing really. So I think that's it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to show off here, or show here. I mean, I do want to show off the Pokemon, they deserve it. Yeah, let's see. I don't think so. Items aren't really that interesting in this game, but I still have my fossil somewhere, I guess. and my Master Ball. And I try to conserve the TMs because I want to make sure I don't waste them. And really with TMs, Gen 1, just really quick, it's good to use them for something you'll be able to breed onto other Pokemon. So you'd want to have it on a male Pokemon. That way you can pass down the moves to something else. It might work if you have a female Pokemon, but a Ditto, I'm not sure. But the male definitely passes them on normally. So if you want to try to, you know, get more use out of your TM than just one Pokemon, you can kind of plan it so that you can breed it to other ones. But if you're just playing purely Gen 1, then it's going to be harder. You're just going to have to do more saves, basically. Alright, so that's Pokemon Red, and I think I have another save file, but it's like not far at all, so I'm not even, there's nothing to really consider there. So next I'm going to move to Blue, which is an even older save file. I should say, actually, when I started these, so let me check that quick, because I feel like that's kind of interesting. So Pokemon Red. I don't necessarily have exact dates for these, but this one I do. So I started this playthrough on August 19th, 2021. And I beat the story only in 2024, so it took me about 2.5 years to do that. So this playthrough was kind of messed up. It didn't go smoothly, and that's unfortunate, but I eventually did start getting on track with my Pokemon playthroughs to some degree, other than the part that I've like started too many, so I'm in the middle of too many. But we'll get to that. Anyways, this one's at the end of the story, obviously. I'm here at the Elite Four. I've caught, you know, all the legendaries, and I mean, that's basically it. I beat the Elite Four, I caught all the legendaries. That's what you do in Gen 1. So, yeah, it's at this point, it's the Pokédex and sorting it out, basically. And I do have some other Pokemon that are special, like some of my team Pokemon even from the story team aren't even on this game at the moment, as you know, might have noticed. So they're on, you know, they're on yellow, I think, but we'll discover them as we get to them. But that's just something to keep in mind. So there's Red, and we're going to Blue.